Welcome back to Stat 400 on our practical journey here in our studio. So for this, I am going to start by opening up a program. So I am actually, although you won't be able to see this exactly, I'm going over to File. I am going to go to directly open up my code for week 1, and it opened up here. So wherever you saved your code, just click and open it up. You'll find it. Please note that my layout of RStudio may be slightly different from yours. And the reason is because, again, under the tools and global options, I have actually changed which panes are viewed in which place. So basically what you see on the right side, you will see it on your left side, and on your left side, you will see it on your right side. And again, you can change it up if you like. This is just, again, a preference of how I work. Good thing about R is that we can move things around, doesn't alter anything. So again, let's get started. First quick note is that these hash signs allow us to do comments, so that everything that you see in green are comments. Okay? Now, first thing that I'd like to do with any time I'm working with R is I'd like to set my work directory. That means all my files, all my programs are going to be saved in a default location. So I want to set that. So for that, you go up to Session. Okay, so you can write this code if you like. However, as you can see, the Mac does it in a different way. And think about the forward slash, the backslash. There's little intricacies within R that it prefers these type of slashes rather than others. So again, you can go to Session. You can go to then Set Work Directory, choose Directory. And again, it'll tell me where I want to. You can set where you want to do it. Okay? I have it already here. So to run some code, I can either highlight it and then click Run, or as long as I have my cursor blinking right on this line, I hit the Run button, and here's my log. Where it says the console, it said did set work directory. Fine. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to install a package. So packages, I've just clicked here on this place over here where it says packages. You see all the packages that we have. The ones that are checked off are the ones that get loaded by default. Okay? Some packages you have not installed yet. For instance, if you try to find the ISLR package, you will not see it. We only need to do this once. I have it installed, but still, this is what the installation looks like. Again, I can highlight and hit the Run button, or I can just see my cursor here and hit Run. And it may ask you to choose where you want to download it from. You can download it from any location. It'll give you different states. I've already now installed that package, meaning that I am going to be able to see it here. So in alphabetical order, here it is. Data for an Introduction to Statistical Learning with Applications in R, ISLR. So now that we have it installed on our computer, we would like to call that library. So here's that library. I can call it by clicking on it, which I will not do right now. I am going to use this statement over here. Library, open paren, ISLR. Okay? So again, I can run it there, but again, this is the good thing about programs that you save. You can just highlight and run. If not, you can just type in your commands over here. Library in capitals ISLR. Everything is case sensitive in R. So beware. So if I were to run this in lowercase, and all I have to do is hit enter, it says error. In library, there is no package called ISLR. If I spell it correctly, ISLR, all caps, but library I did with a capital L, and I want to run this. Error cannot find the function library. So let's spell this correctly. Library, I'm going to hit enter. And as you can see now, the ISLR is checked off. Okay. So a few strange things that we're going to be doing here, strange because this is your first time doing it, is that I'm going to run this code over here. I am going to be calling the data OJ from the package ISLR. I'm going to hit run. Okay. There's a strange thing that came up here. It says OJ and there's a promise. Well, you'll see how that promise becomes reality. Now I want to know, okay, so we're going to be working with this data called OJ, as in orange juice. So if you want to know something in R, such as what does the function library do, all you have to type is in, I'm down here right now, is type in a question mark, library, and over here it's going to give me my help. Loading, attaching, and listing of packages. And it gives you all a bunch of description and so forth. Okay, but I want to know what's up with OJ. So get an overview of the OJ data. So I'm just going to hit run because my cursor is right here. I'm going to hit run. And here it says orange juice data description. The data contains 1,070 purchases where the customer either purchased Citrus Hill or Minute Maid orange juice. A number of characteristics of the customer and product are recorded. So then it's going to say a lot of other things. Format, it has 18 variables. We already know what variables are. And it's going to give you the name of the variables and a little description of what it is. Okay? Each variable. So now we're going to go to our assignment for this week, which is going not for this data of OJ, but for another data set that we will name in the assignment. So summary OJ. What does the summary function do? Well, again, if I want to know what summary does, question mark, summary, hit enter. So summary. Summary is a generic function used to produce result summaries of the results of various model fitting functions. The function invokes popular methods. Okay. If I type in summary and then OJ in parentheses, look what this does for me. Boom. First of all, now, because we actually called the data OJ, we called it with a summary function, and we calculated some summary statistics with it. Now the data is right here. Click on it. You can see the data. Lots of data. I can go back to my code right here. Now I can see the summary of all my data. So let's go back to the description of the orange juice data. We have purchase, a factor with levels CH and MM, meaning Citrus Hill and Minute Maid. As you see, this is a categorical variable. We have 653 observations for Citrus Hill. We have 417 observations where they made purchases of Minute Maid. If we sum these two together, we get 1,070. There are total observations, meaning that there's no missing values here. It would have said something, hopefully. Anyway, so here we have, again, all the data. We have minimum, first quartile, median, mean, third quartile, and maximum. So if we want to find our descriptive statistic that we talked about in the theory portion of the prior video, we know that we have 1,070 observations. We have n. For each variable, we have the minimum, the maximum, the first quartile, the third quartile, the second quartile, which is the median. We have the mean. We have it all. We have it by each variable. So again, we are all set here to report on our basic statistics. So Time to export the results. So one way to export your results, if you'd like to, again, we can do it through this function called sync. So again, you can just do sync, give it a name, and it'll export to exactly where you want to export it to. Do the summary function of sync, so forth. That's one way of exporting your results because you're going to have to report the results. Another way is that if you can do a screenshot of this, that would be great as well. So, moving on, we will now report our results. Because again, with this example, what we've done is that we've set a working directory where all our files will be saved. We've installed a package. We've loaded the package into our R environment, meaning that little checkbox. You can also do it manually if you like. We've called our data orange juice. We've called it up. And with this, remember, we get our descriptive of the variables, what's in the data, so forth. Not descriptive statistics, but just a high-level overview. And ultimately, we got here a summary of all the variables in the orange juice data. So with this, we will now proceed to reporting our results, as you will do in your assignment.